Hi, my name's Tom Mello. I'm the home service expert. Today we're going to be going over how to make call inquiries and turn those into set appointments. And we're going to be talking about three major things. I'm actually going to just go away from those three things and dive into the whole process so you understand that before we go into the three. So first and foremost, you're going to want to make sure you're answering the call. And do you have a software to know if your people are not answering calls? An interesting study's been done, and it says that in the home service industry, only 47% of calls get booked. That's ridiculous. I like to maintain a high average of over 85%, which is very difficult to do, but if you're sitting around 70, you're doing good. So with that being said, you want to have a system that alerts you if you're missing phone calls. I prefer using callcap.com. It's a great software. We actually have a link that will save you some money that we'll be able to get you in this blog post. But another thing you're going to want to make sure is that you get notified. So it text messages me every time we miss a phone call. One thing that I like to do too is know where my calls are coming from. So every single campaign group, whether it's TV, radio, one of the mailers, anything on the web, I've got separate phone numbers so I could identify where those leads are coming from so I could analyze them every month. You know, the biggest thing you guys are really going to want to focus on is making sure that everybody's trained the same. There's a great book out there called The E-Myth Revisited, and it talks about how McDonald's is able to create a business, whether they're in China, Canada, South America, wherever you go, the Big Mac is going to taste the same. And they only pay their people minimum wage within a couple dollars depending on the demographics they're in. But the fact is, they're able to do that because they're all trained a certain way and everybody knows exactly what the protocol is. Spend the time training your people on scripts. So, do you have a plan if the customer's shopping? Do you know your competitors' prices? Do you have anything to do if you can't book that call? For example, if I can't book the call, we charge $62.95 to come out, and they say, you know what, I'm just going to call around. I don't really want to pay for an estimate. What I say is, listen, here's what I got. Here's what I could do for you. I have a guy out there in your area between 2 and 4 today, which the fact is I have 15 technicians out just in the Phoenix area, so I always have somebody in their area. But I got a technician between 2 and 4 today. If he comes out and you like what he says, and you like him, and you like the price, are you willing to get the work done? Because if so, I will not have to charge you that service call. My main thing is to make sure they're willing to do the work. That's why we charge a fee, because we don't want to have to charge them a service call. We want to do the work. But they got to be serious shoppers. So asking that question usually gets them to book. And the last thing that I'll say if I'm on the phone is, listen, what's it going to take for us to book? And a lot of times I'll tell you, well, I got this other company. They said they could do it for this. You guys are just a little bit higher. Is there any wiggle room there? And I'll say, listen, let's get this booked. I'm going to call and verify that they're actually doing it for that price and they're licensed, bonded, insured, and then we could go from there. So script is the next big thing you're going to want to focus on. So training with a solid script, and you're going to want to have checks and balances. And then finally, you're going to want to make sure you're dispatching properly. You're going to want to give your best technicians the best jobs, and you got to have a system in place for that. I use Verizon Network Fleet to keep an eye on the guys and alert me every time that a truck has an issue. So if an engine light comes on, the thing's actually plugged into the OBD2 sensor, so it plugs right in and it notifies me what's going on with that truck. It notifies me every time I need an oil change. It notifies me if the guys are driving after hours. These are the kind of checks and balances you're going to want to have if you're in the home service industry. My name's Tom Mello. I'm the home service expert. Thank you very much for watching today.